Hello and welcome back to the second part of the Crusader Kings 2 tutorial series. We're going to be looking at provinces this time. And provinces are a very important part of the game that you really need to know before you can start moving on to some of the more interesting stuff. So, what is a province? Well, a province is a tile on the map. So you see each of these little bits here, every one of these little things I can click on, they are all provinces. They're different shapes and sizes, but in essence, they are all the same thing. Now, if we click on our main province here of Sildara, you can see that we've got Sildara, as it is our only province, it is our capital, and we can see a couple of things about it. We can see what its de jure kingdom is. So, de jure kingdom is right where it should rightfully be. It's basically almost a modern day borders kind of thing, or something like that, or like, if there was a kingdom there at one point, this would be where it is. So, de jure, this would be in Ireland. If there was a Kingdom of Ireland, this should be a part of it, basically. It is also, de jure, part of the Duchy of Meath. So, although it is part of Ireland, the Duchy of Meath is part of Ireland, and Sildara is part of the Duchy of Meath. There is also a thing where you can check the culture of the province. So this culture is Irish. Its religion is Catholic. The amount of supply in the province, it's not really that important, but it's how many troops can be on top of the province before it starts to get attrition. So basically it's, say this one is 28.5k. So we can have 28,500 troops on this province. If we were to have 30,000, we'd start to lose some of the troops due to starvation, due to illness, some flavor text or something, but basically we'd lose troops. And the last one is Revolt Risk, the chance that people will rise up in the province against you and try and take it over. So that's what we got on that side. On the other side of the province, we've got this interesting little bar here. Now, what is this bar? This is for looting, and I believe it might be, you might have to have old gods to actually get this to enable. They might have changed it, they might put it into the main game at some point, I'm not 100% sure. But basically, this is the amount of gold that is kept in your province at all times, and if someone comes and sieges it, they can come and take your gold, basically. The bit below it is your tech. So we looked at the tech last time, and we saw all the little tech trees that go like all the way up, and this is basically a culmination of them. In your capital province, you can see that we have 12 advancements in military, which, if you were to count these, you would also see we have 6 categories with 2 advancements each. 12 advancements in military. So just a very quick way of working out how teched up a province is. So say we were to look all the way over here. At this province, we got 666. They're not quite as technically advanced. We can just see it at a glance. Then we've got back in Sildara. You can raise your troops if you want to. We're not going to do that right now, but this is kind of an inefficient way of raising troops if you do it one province at a time, but can occasionally be useful. We also have raise local fleet levies. So if we were to have a fleet on the coast, if we were to have like a province on the coast, we could raise up our boats. And then we have a new one for Reaper's Due, which is there is no hospital in this county. So basically, Reaper's Due is all about diseases. It's the DLC, and this is just saying you have no hospital, so you have no disease resistance. Fairly straightforward. Now, you'll also notice that the province comes with a number of holdings inside it. It comes with a castle, it comes with a bishopric, it comes with a city, and it also has an empty space. Now, for each province, this is different. So, if we were to go to York, it has a different number of things. And this means that this is a way of seeing what kind of provinces are worth more. So, ideally, for a province, you want one that has a lot more different slots. Like, I think if we check Paris, it has all the slots. It's a province that's very much worth having, and it's worth a little bit more because you can build more of your sub-holdings. And what do sub-holdings do for you? Well, basically each of them has attacks, each of them has a fort level, so you have to siege more of it to get through the entire province, and they all provide you with money, and they provide you with men, and they're basically awesome in all regards. And bishoprics provide you with the same, and so do cities. Although I believe bishoprics may provide you with a different, I think they provide you with some piety. I could be wrong. I think there might be piety on building them. Cities provide you with more gold, and castles provide you with more men. Yes, that's it. I can remember it, no problem. So, now that we've had a look at the province, you need to understand where a province is. So we've looked at de jure, so we've got the Duchy of Meath. This is where Sildara is. This is where it would be geographically. But it's not actually in the Duchy of Meath right now. Duchy of Meath doesn't exist. Nobody holds that title. If we click de jure, you can see that these are the things it should be a part of. So it can be part of the Duchy of Meath, Kingdom of Ireland, and the Empire of Britannia. If we click on the Duchy of Meath right now, you can see that we could create this. So if we had 200 gold, if we had the other province that is de jure part of the duchy, and we wanted to, we could create the Duchy of Meath and move ourselves up to a duke tier. Now, there are 4 tiers in the game that really matter. There is also like there's a 5th tier that's kind of below everything that contains all the castles, all the subholdings. But for actual things that you can hold, there are 4 tiers. There is, let's go back to here, there is Count, which is base. That's a count holds 1 province and has no vassals except for their subholdings. A duchy can have subholding vassals, it can have count vassals, and generally a duchy will hold, the person who has a duchy will have more than 1 province. A king controls a bunch of dukes, can have his own subholdings, and controls a few more provinces. And then you get into Empire, who has kings as vassals, who all have dukes as vassals, who have counts as vassals, and they get their own subholdings. So this is kind of how they fit in. So if we were to, instead of looking over here, we'll look at a random person in the Holy Roman Empire, like this person. He is the Duke of Swabia. We can have a look at him. You can see that he controls the County of Ulm, which is part of the Duchy of Swabia, which he also owns, which is then part of the Empire of the Holy Roman Empire, which he is underneath, which is legions. Fairly simple. And that's pretty much all you need to know about provinces. An interesting thing is, if you don't have the outliner open, so if we close that, you should see something looking a bit like this. You open the outliner, it shows you all the provinces you have, and the main details about them. It tells you their name, it tells you how much they make you in gold, it tells you how much the fort level is, and it tells you how many men you get. If you wanted to break down how much you get even more, you can click on the county itself, and then you get a little bit of a breakdown. Now, we're not going to go into any further detail in this episode, as this is kind of just a fundamentals episode to show you what a province is, so that when I start using that term in the future, you can be like, yep, I got it, I know what it is. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode, where I believe we'll be looking at the court and how to set up your base court. See you then, goodbye.